Patricia Tarpinian. I belong to the American Psychotherapy Association, the American Board of Certification for Homeland Security. I am a certified master's chaplain. I am a certified relationship specialist. And at present, I am a hospital chaplain in St. Francis Hospital in Roslyn, New York. And I've been there about 9 years. Prior to that, I'm a registered nurse. I'm certified in the OR, emeritus, and I'm really loving what I'm doing. I came to the American Psychotherapy Association because they had an academy of certification for chaplains. And while I belong to other associations, I belong to the National Council of Catholic Chaplains, National Association of Catholic Chaplains, and I was interested to see how this worked out. A mother of 4, grandmother of 9. I have married to an old veteran, and so I am very, very interested and supportive of our troops and security, Homeland Security, in the America I love. So, I work with crisis intervention in patients, mostly because it is the duty of a chaplain not to go to bring anything to the bedside, but to find it there, to find the holy in the life of every person, no matter what their faith, tradition, or belief, or ideology is, and to just afford them the opportunity to maybe mirror reflect in me by my saying nothing, just a listening presence, to seek a holiness and a fulfillment for holistic healing in their life. At St. Francis, we're mandated by chaplains in our institution to see every new patient that's admitted. It's kind of interesting because St. Francis is a renowned cardiac facility, so you can walk in the door and be perfectly fine, but having had a strange test, find yourself going to the OR for open heart surgery or various other things. So I'm kind of well acquainted with stress, with post-traumatic stress, with the losses, with death and dying. We have so many patients who are on the cusp of thinking, just because we can do this at a time of end-of-life issues and we're in the 21st century, should we do it? So lots of things. On a personal note, I really enjoy visiting my grandchildren. I need them for their tech ability. I'm presently back to school for another master's in theology, and I'm trying to figure out the footnote thing, to be honest. And I'm working on that, but I'm winning if I could just get this computer to do what I wanted to do. So I had a great conference here, and I met a lot of nice people, as always. And it's a great time to step out of your real life and your real responsibilities and just stop the world so you can get off and see what the rest of the world is doing. So I think that's about my story for this conference. When I first came here, if I were to give advice to somebody who's just starting out at conferences everywhere, and I've been on a lot of conferences, I would always try to tell them to work with the people who are teaming for the success of the conference, to get help from the registration people, to make sure they know you're a first-time attendee, to not be afraid to say good morning in the elevator, and tell them, you know, I'm new at this. I think in all of life, the best introduction to everybody is, I'm new at this, and everybody wants to help you, everybody. It's hard to get, you know, integrated into the different parts of this very complex thing that we have here going, but I think it's good for the beginner to know that you could go to any part of the conference. It's open to you, and so take a look at the schedule and realize what you can best learn and get from this, regardless of where it immediately impacts, you know, what you're doing at the present moment. On a regular day, I'm downsizing, first of all, which is lovely, to 3 days a week, because we work a swing one night. But on an average day, In all honesty, I get up, I run through the usual things that most women do. I throw in 2 loads of wash, I watch out for my cat, I make sure everything is where it's supposed to be, or I think I do, and then I go to work. Immediately, we're computer-based and unit-based, which means there's a chaplain assigned to each unit. So we're responsible for the admissions, follow-ups, anybody who has any need for a chaplain, any referrals. We're paged for any issues of death, dying, codes, and then we proceed to see the patients on a regular basis, on a routine rather basis, as we journey from bed to bed to do whatever called is needed. And there's a brief lunch break. We open and close every day with a prayer, which is, I think, very nourishing and very helpful. And our prayer time at the end of the day gives us an opportunity to also share with the other chaplains or chaplains coming and going off shift. It's like a nursing report, only we are very careful to keep our HIPAA regulations and everything intact. But we just let them know where the needs are for the chaplain on that evening. Then I go home, back to my regular life, and make dinner and do my homework. Watch a little TV, which isn't always pleasant, but I have a pick and choose for my own channels and my own stories. And the most important part of this is that you carry with you each and every day not only your own story, but everybody else's. So it's really, life is for me like a big giant story. And I'm careful as I'm older now and I'm more experienced in disassociating myself to the best I can so that I don't get hooked or sucked into areas where I don't belong, that I can just be present for each and every person. Now, I'm trying to work that out in my family life. So I'm not really getting too involved with the kids and what they're doing. I'm trying to de-parent.